So as you can see, we're gonna go into Feel Like a Stranger today. I had a request to do this from a friend of mine, Gary, and teach that opening chord. I don't know exactly what to call it, but there's got to be a name for it. It's got to be an A or an E. I don't know which one because the variation of it he does later in the song in a different spot. Let's get into it. So, yeah, I'm not too sure, but the formation of it, so it's index finger on the 2nd fret, D string, hitting E note. Pinky fingers on the next string down on the G string on the 4th fret, and then your ring finger and your middle finger are together on the 3rd fret. So ring finger, middle finger together right here, like the bottom of G, and then 4th fret G string, 2nd fret D string. Strum that open. So, especially in this version, and a lot of versions, when Jerry goes burn and burn, Bob's usually the end strum. So he's on the on the 2 and the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you're counting 1, 2, 3, 4 in your head, like I do, you kind of just strum on the 2 and the 4 to keep that off rhythm strum that Bob does. Listen to it right here. See what I'm saying? It's like the... So it's like he's kind of filling in the spot that's not there. And the little trick he does on it, he slides this note up too. Kind of slides the whole chord up. And you can also hammer this off to the 2nd fret. He's kind of just doing triad in this. He's not really doing A major or A minor. It's kind of just the top 1, 2, 3. And then just hit that. I've seen in Dead Company, he puts in the... And then the second one puts in the 7 right there. But Grateful Dead, he just sticks to... So let's go into it.
Your eyes tell more than you mean them to. Hold it up in fashion, like the reds and blues. Have been on the neon avenue. Feel like a stranger.
So right there he goes, same formation, up to C sharp minor and B. Same little, just try it. And when you go down to the B, instead of going back up to C sharp minor right there, you do it's like a D sus4 right here. Instead of being all closed off like he is in the whole song, like bar and power, he switches to the open floatiness right there. So it's like a D at the 10th and 12th. Just the, and then just trade your middle finger for your pinky finger to put the sus4 on. So instead of this floating, you put this down on the 12th. You pick this one up. I'm sorry, pick their middle finger up, and now you have this D sus4 chord. Very nice sounding. So, but I feel like a stranger, feel like a stranger, like a stranger. Okay, and then you go right back in down to that. hum you did right there at the end was Bob. In this version, they went back to the A, G, A. This is an early version. In the later years, they go from that back into the. But in this one, it's just right back into that. So same thing as the first verse. So that part after the C sharp, second verse is feel like a stranger. So G that off on the D string. G, D. Okay, so that's the. And then after that, you do that little. Instead of going, so one. So you do it 3 times, and then you go after the, instead of the 4th time doing it again, you just back to the G, to F sharp, to G. Or it's D to C, I'm sorry. 3 times. And then at the 4th time, G, F sharp, D, C, A. And then as soon as you, after you hit that, you hear Bob coming to go. Instead of hitting this bottom variation of it, you see in the footage he comes up to here. It's kind of like an E note is the main tone, and then you bar the rest of it, and then you put your middle finger on the 7th fret on the B string. It's kind of like the same chord that we're doing down here. Same, sounds like it. Just a little different variation, a couple different notes probably. If anybody knows the name of this chord, that'd be great. But let's go back to that and we'll hear that.
Still more than you mean them to. Hold it up in fashion, like the reds and blues. Hanging on the neon avenue. Still feel like a stranger. Feel like a stranger.
With that quick right there. And you kind of just let it off, let this note off, and have that bar before you go into keeps getting stranger and stranger. E, that's that Jimmy chord, the E sharp 9. E7 with the minor note. Middle finger on the 7th, index finger on the 6th, ring finger on the 7th, pinky on the 8th. Keeps getting stranger and stranger. Nothing now what I know. That D sus4 chord. Back into the beginning. That's kind of like the loop, first loop. I'm gonna do a part 2 because my camera is telling me that it's gonna cut out in a second. So that's the first loop. Go into the last verse and do that same little thing. So we're gonna do a part 2 on the last little jam part. What the little licks are in that little. Yeah, so we're gonna go over all those little things and more. Come back for part 2. Thanks, guys.